Happy Friday, everyone. I hope you are doing well. I look forward to seeing a whole bunch of you guys tomorrow, Saturday, December 6th, for our retirement home tour. We have done retirement home tours in the past with our advanced music class, and now we are doing them with the entire school. And you guys stepped up. You guys stepped up. We have a ton of people for both retirement homes tomorrow, and it's going to be such a treat for them. And they're such wonderful audiences. And, like I always say, a good musician is good. A great musician is good and also kind. So this is a way to give back, especially at the end of this part of the semester where you've worked out your pieces. You know what you're going to play in the recital and you're ready to go. This is a perfect time to share with other people. And so yes, we do a food drive every year and we do a few other things, but this is, I think, the biggest way that we can give back as a school. And that is sharing our gifts, sharing our talent and our gifts. But it's not just that you're giving back. It's also something that you get to have for yourself as well because it's practice. It's getting up. It's being able to be vulnerable. It's being able to be confident and powerful and just all of the good things that will help you with the recital that is coming up next Saturday, December 13th. Please join us. It'll be in Millbrook Baptist. Anybody is invited. Recitals are at 12, 2, 4, and 6. So pick your recital. We have different teachers on each one. And our last one is adults and also our guitar players. And so please come out for that. It is the culminating event of this part of the semester. We have been working towards this. And so it's the perfect growth marker to see how things are going and adding in nerves and stuff as well. And so it's a really good way, again, another way to give back, but then also another way to gain more experience. I say this every year. My favorite part of the recital is not when you play, not when I play, not when anybody plays. It's not when we clap. It's not any of that. It's when the student is up there and has just performed and the clapping either A is has stopped or has not stopped, but they're going off the stage and they're trying to hide it, but they're proud of themselves. And you can tell there's just this like, I better not show that I'm proud of myself and very stoic and I love that. I think that that is a pure moment of like, I did this because it's not about anybody else. It's not about anybody else. It's just this feeling of I can do things, right? And I know that we're not supposed to define ourselves by our achievements, but at the same time, when we can prove to ourselves that we can do things, it does help our confidence. It does prove to us that we can do things. We can put our mind to something and then do it. And so it's just a wonderful way I see that it's like a little pat on our back for ourselves. So yes, when we perform, we are giving back. We are sharing of ourselves to other people, but we're also giving to ourselves. And so that's just kind of the beauty of music. And so if you are interested in lessons with us, yes, we are not a drop in and out kind of place. We have never been and we will never be. But you do get a month to see if it's a good fit or not. And then after that, there is a commitment in there. But I would be lying to you if I said that you didn't need one for music. And I just think that the in and out thing, we do so much in and out stuff in our everyday life. We do so many of like the starting of things, and then we get busy and distracted and all that, and then we stop it. And I think it's become more prevalent now as we go on. More and more of that is happening. And so lessons are just one of the few ways that like you have to jump in. Now, yes, you have that month to kind of be a buffer because sometimes people just I mean, it's just so out of alignment that like you can't continue. But for the most part, because I haven't found that often to be the case. For the most part, we need that commitment, that discipline in place. We need that space, that safe space, that expectation to help us pivot forward, to go on. And so, yes, we're not going to be the school that's going to just let people come in and out all the time because that would feel dishonest. That would feel dishonest to me. That would, yeah, we want better things for you. We have higher hopes for you. And I don't even mean that you have to be a professional musician, although that would be awesome. I would love that. And we all would love that. The teachers would love that. But you learn something about this. You can take away from this experience what it means to commit to something for a certain amount of time. It's not, the commitment isn't forever, it's a school semester. But then you can go away either knowing that you like this and this feels like it's right for you, or you don't, or you find out that it's not, and that you've given it that time to see. And so come join us. We're doing a promotion right now for gift certificates and stuff for the holidays. It's a wonderful experience gift. And again, all ages. We have a ton of adults at the school, and we have lots of younger students as well. And so it's a great start in kind of figuring out who you are. So I wanted to talk a little bit today about the spirit of the season. And yeah, I'm noticing, and I don't know if you guys are noticing this as well, that people are a little bit edgy right now. A little bit, we have a lot going on, a lot, and some things working against us, economy, all of that stuff, right? It's not an easy time. And unfortunately, I'm seeing a side of people, a part of people, and myself included in this, I'm seeing a part of people that it's not always our best selves. And I'm seeing it especially in the online space, especially in the online space. I'm seeing people who are angry, who are judgmental of other people. I'm seeing maliciousness and callousness, and I'm seeing um, bullying, and I'm just seeing some of the stuff. And I think there is a general not great feeling right now. And how, instead of asking that, I'm going to say this, that when we feel those feelings, when we feel those frustrated feelings, those like hopeless, those stressed out feelings, we cannot, or at least we can try not to, externalize them, to put them on someone else, to blame someone else, to call out or confront in a negative way. Now we can confront in a positive way because that's communication and that's always good. But I'm not seeing that. I'm seeing a lot of arguing and just not nice stuff going on. I mean, heck, have a TikTok presence, and I was called, let's see, a buttered sausage earlier today. So it's that kind of stuff. I mean, it's funny because it's like, what is a buttered sausage? I don't know if that's, maybe they're from a different country where there's some such a thing. I don't know, but that stuff is normalized now. We just are able to say whatever it is that we want to about people, and we're insulated because it's not in person. And but then I'm seeing the same thing because it's bound to happen that when you behave a certain way in the virtual world, it is going to start to bleed out into the real world because you can't maintain a persona in one space and it not eventually go everywhere else too, right? You can't take all of your anger and your frustration and your bullying in one space and then not have it come out in other ways and other places, right? And I think one of the things I've talked a lot about, and we've talked about loneliness and like some things we can do. And one of the ways I think that we combat this is that we got to get offline. I mean, I know that this is ironic sitting here online with YouTube, but honestly, I feel like this is the only space where I'm heard most of the time because we are so busy, we are so wrapped up, we are so stressed out. We can't even like lift our heads from our phones. And so I'm like, I'm kind of joining it right now, but I would love to see a genuine genuine frequency shift. And a lot of people right now. And but I will also say I empathize with you because like I get it. The stress, it just eats away. It can just like eat away at you. And and sometimes there's no outlet. There's no way to get that out. But as much as you can, as much as we can, and I'm telling this to myself, to not put, put that on anybody else. To stay as like high frequency as you possibly can to if you're hurting or if you're stressed out or if you're anything or if you're, anything that let that be an internal signal for you to work on yourself and not to blame others, to bully others, any of that. And I know it seems to me because I have done some testing with online stuff and I find that the posts where I am frustrated about stuff, those get the most traction. So it tells me this is a societal thing that we seem to respond to like negative, frustrating, stressed out stuff like and because we're all feeling it, right? But can we do it in a way where we're not hurting other people? Where we're not being mean because I just get this general being mean. We're all islands, and that is not the case. I've talked about authenticity versus attachment. I think attachment is really important. I think that we must be able to come as a community, and the more that we divide, the more that we say mean things to each other, we judge each other, the less we're going to be able to do this. We're getting farther and farther away from being some a community. And to be honest with you, that's why I have this school now. That's like I started for a different reason, and now it's turned out to be that this music school is about community. About community. It's about being able to be in the struggle because there is a bit of a struggle when you're learning an instrument, right? Now that's kind of like a pessimistic, it's not the most positive way to say this, but we are all trying to figure out how to play to make beautiful music together, right? Or to make beautiful music at all. And I think it's more about, and like my brother said in the last video, that it is all about community. It's all about, because yes, we all are in our private studios, but we come together. So if you're taking lessons and you're not coming to the come together part, the part where we do convocation or recitals, then you are not utilizing everything you can in this situation. And because I think music is about community, music is meant to be shared. It is meant to be shared. It is not something that we hold just for ourselves. It is a language, it is a unifying thing. It is something that is shared. Even if it's not uh, two people in the same room together, it is still shared. The emotions, the sentiment, that all of the stuff that go within the music that we're listening to, that is a shared experience. Jung, who I really enjoy Jung, one of our forefathers of psychology, talks about the unconscious, right? The collective unconscious, and that we all are connected psychically in ways. And I just think that to be true, I definitely feel like that. I feel like sometimes thoughts that I have are not thoughts that I have just for myself. I feel like they're coming from a place where we're all feeling them to some degree. Maybe I'm wrong. I mean, I don't have proof of that. It feels that way though, and it feels like a lot of us are dealing with some of the same things in life right now. Maybe not to the same degree, maybe not, and like I said before in another video, that we're not all aware that we're dealing with some of the same stuff, but I think we are. We are collectively life. We share so much more than we will ever know. So when we hurt each other, we feel that. And that energy, that stuff, it will hurt you when you're doing that to other people. When you're judging and are mean or putting yourself above people, you're hurting yourself, you're hurting other people. I don't get it. So let's have, and this is just so cliche, but the spirit of the season, right? The season is not about getting gifts, and it's become that, of course, for a lot of people, but it's just not. It is a time, I mean, obviously it's freezing outside, so it's a time to kind of come in together, to stay warm, physically warm, to but to connect with family and friends that we don't maybe see very often, or those we do. And it's a time to kind of remember that we all are one, that we're one. Music is simply a way to remind us of that. So, one way that we can really work on this is to really commit to this, really commit to it. I think that this society, we were really hurt during COVID. It really messed with us. That collective unconscious thing, we really stopped feeling a lot of that. We really, I still don't think we're back on track. I think that people are more divided than ever. And I think the way that we get back to the to attaching to people, being okay with that, not having to be so self-sufficient, which was the way I was taught, that I had to be completely self-sufficient, and that is just not true. It's just not true. Because when you become, or at least when I thought I was supposed to become self-sufficient, that I never could rely on anybody ever. And it protected me because then I w wasn't disappointed, but I really was like, I thought that was going to help me, but no, we need to be able to rely on each other, and we don't. And I think another way we can work on that is in our virtual space, to not use it as a way to other people to make them feel bad, to build people up. We have a choice. We have a choice to do good in this world, or we have a choice to do bad. We have a choice. What are you going to do? What is your choice? Are you going to add to the collective unconscious in a positive way? Or are you going to take away from it? I think it's an easy choice. Even when on the days where I'm not my best self, even the days that like I mess up and we all mess up, I still can come back to it. I still go back to it. And I believe that we all want to go back to it. We all want to be our best selves. We all want to be in community together. We do. That's what self is, right? That is we want at our very deepest core. That's what we want. We want positive things for people. We want to build each other up. We want to help each other. So like if you agree with this at all, join me in this. Leave a comment if you'd like to. Please, I'm going to ask you, do not leave any negative stuff. Not because you don't have that right, because you do have a right. You can say whatever you want to. It's because you're working towards your best self, and we're working towards this collective unconscious where we can be in community together and try our hardest to be our best selves. Because when you are positive, when you do, and you act in the way that's the most positive for yourself, you are adding to this world, not taking away. On that note, I will see you. I don't know if I'll see you next week, but I will see you soon. Talk to you soon. Bye.